Let's see, we should have display capture. Got some. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys.
Maybe we need to finish Bazooka Bubblegum.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if we're actually going to have anybody who is watching online for us, but maybe. Okay, so what we are going to talk about here is Scout games, and I printed out a couple of guides. So I had a couple of games that are, a lot of them are active. They're outdoor games. So Sharks and Minnows, a lot of people probably know that one. Block tag, steal the bacon, kick the can. So some of these are like classic playground games that, okay, now hopefully that's doing the thing it's supposed to do. All right, so some of these are classic playground games. The idea behind having games in your meetings is, for one, I mean, we got a couple of y'all are den leaders, kids get wiggly. And so rather than shaking a finger at them, because a Cub Scout is not a sitting down animal, right? Get them up and get them moving, right? That's the secret. So we get them singing, we get them playing games, get them moving around. That's going to help get some of that energy out. And when it comes right down to it, if you've got...
With Scouts BSA's breakout, and we're going to talk about troop trailers. So, take it away, Mr. Chandler. You just put that thing, clip it to here.
I can hold it, whatever.
It's not for them, it's for him.
Okay. I don't know if you call this a hot topic or what, but
It's a break.
it's a necessary topic. Every troop I've been in, we've always had a troop trailer, but it's not a necessity, but it sure is a nicety. So, next slide, please. So, troop trailer, what do we use them for? It's a haul our equipment that's for the camping and other events. The alternative is what? Is packing all these items into individuals' vehicles, and so you're dependent upon the number of adults that have capacity besides their own gear or other scout gear to be able to pile in the necessary equipment. So what are you going to choose for a size of a trailer? Some say bigger is better, but I found that bigger means you have to have a bigger vehicle to haul with. So I've got an F-150, and I will not haul one of the two trailers that our troop actually has. So yeah, you got to be mindful of how much weight there is, especially with us and living in the mountainous areas. There's some tough hills, tough mountains to haul, and you could blow your transmission if you don't have the right equipment.
I've seen some smoking brakes coming down from Camp Tahosa a few years back. And that was one of the smaller trailers. So a bigger trailer really would heat them up.
Yeah, another consideration is when you're coming down out of the mountains, if it's snowy, that trailer is going to push you. And if you don't have the right anti-sway equipment on your vehicle, it could drive you into an oncoming vehicle. So safety. So one of the key things is whether you have a trailer or not, you want to have a quartermaster for all the gear. A quartermaster believe me, does a lot behind the scenes. If any of your troops have a quartermaster, they can attest to that, right? Things I always do is make sure we have water, make sure the propane tanks are there. The tents, when they come back from campouts, do the scouts have them dried out, or do you have to dry them out yourself? So these things are key to a quartermaster. So we'll see in a later slide, it'll be a good idea to set up an inventory. I put up a question up here of who holds the title. Wayne and I went through a recent experience where we had a troop that had to be dissolved, and we had a troop trailer. Great shape and everything, so what do we do with it? In our case, and I guess in most cases, the troop trailer and the troop equipment is all owned by our charter organization.
So I wrote a very nice letter to the charter organization and suggested that we wanted to keep all of that in scouting. So we had an organization that could use that trailer, and they were very helpful, and they said, that's fine, and that was it. So
Actually, there was a little complication.
the
in
complication
transferring the
was
title
transferring the title.
Because even though the church we were at had the title, the unit that we were going to was also had their charter organization was another church, but that church didn't want to have anything to do with the title of our trailer. So now you got to come up with somebody that is responsible enough to have that title and not just run away with it, but have the title and keep that up to date.
And the insurance.
Right, the insurance that goes with it. So a troop trailer can also be pretty useful for advertising your troop. We talked about websites, but hey, you know what's better than a troop trailer with your banner and your website on it, right? So here we're advertising troop. One thing we didn't do, and we could do, is put our website on right on the back, right?
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. It's a traveling advertisement for your troop.
And one of the troops I was involved with had the Eagle Roll of Honor on the back doors.
Yeah. Any other suggestions? Anybody seen anything unique or suggested that they should put on a trailer?
One thing that I've seen suggested is, since a lot of trailers out there are basically big white boxes,
Yes.
and they do have an unfortunate likelihood of being stolen, painting on the roof the troop number and other information, so aircraft, police, that type of thing, can spot it from the air, but it's easy to paint over your decals on the side, but they're not going to likely look at the roof.
Yeah, you're quite
So,
right about that.
As a safety
the thieves
precaution,
aren't gonna
to
look on top that
find,
much, right?
find lost trailers, have something on the roof that's painted so it can be spotted from the air.
That's an awesome idea. I
Yeah,
love it.
that is. That's a good one.
Okay.
All right.
You mentioned the style.
Yes.
This was the old trailer, right?
This is the existing troop trailer for 363.
Oh, 363?
Yeah.
If you notice, this
So
has a,
we had one like that, right?
yeah, we had one in 469, and this trailer has brakes.
Oh, yeah.
And what we had, the reason we got rid of the trailer at 469 was that the brakes kept on locking.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they were coming back from summer camp, and the brakes locked, and they had a lot of issues. So it was when I was scoutmaster, and the quartermaster, the adult quartermaster said, if there's one thing I'm going to do before my son retires from the troop, or before I retire as quartermaster, we're getting a new troop trailer. And this is the old troop trailer looks very similar to this, and then we ended up with this one, which is much easier to maneuver.
Easier, lighter. Yeah.
Lighter.
And that was the big reason is so a typical pickup can haul a single axle, whereas a dual axle is going to take a larger vehicle, and, it's going to cost you more just to haul it.
And not only that, there was a quandary years ago. It was up at Golden Gate, and no one would drive the trailer because there was going to be a snowstorm, and we knew it.
Oh, yeah.
So we did not go that year, and somebody was upset with me at the time, and I said, it's not because we couldn't handle the snow, it's because we couldn't handle the roads with the trailer. So you have to take everything into consideration.
So there's certainly, go ahead.
No.
Well, on that topic, last year we went to Camp Pattaya, or whatever it is, up near Boulder, and no, Pattaya, it's a small little one, and it ended up snowing a whole bunch, and we were slipping and sliding and stuff, and so the troop decided to buy a set of chains that are adjustable that could live in the trailer, so whoever's pulling it would have access to chains in case they get into bad weather. So not a bad thing to have in your trailer. So
No, not a bad thing at all.
Certainly it has its advantages, right? We'll see here. Let's go ahead to the next slide. So here's on the large troop trailer. You've got plenty of space to stand full height. You've also got room to be able to access all your equipment that's on both sides. It is a little narrower than it looks in the picture, but you still can get in there. The trouble is, this space isn't very usable, right? So you're losing about 25 to 30% of the actual volume of the trailer when you have a large walk-in type of trailer. But here, we customized our shelf. Go ahead.
Room for personal gear. Yeah, that's where personal gear goes.
So yes, personal gear, you could fill this up, right? Yeah. But you're always going to have to pull the stuff out first and then be able to access the troop gear. So yeah, it's not a bad idea to put personal gear in there.
In our old trailer, in between that spot, it was wide enough. They had a cage, and that somebody welded together and everything. Very heavy cage, and that cage carried all the poles for
Our kitchen fly,
the
right?
kitchen flies.
Right.
So keep that in mind in a minute
Yeah,
when we get going.
right. But again, it's convenient, it's roomy, it's nice to be able to stand up. And you can organize it in whatever way you want.
Next slide.
So next slide. So here's, this is what I call with a stuff it in style, where you don't have the room to walk around, right? Again, you can put customized shelving. You can kind of see that here and back here. You can see the different, it's hard to tell, but we got our high pressure or large
Turkey
pot,
burner.
hot water.
Yeah.
You got Dutch ovens. You got basically everything that's in that larger trailer. I can get in this trailer.
The other thing is, the one on the right is the side door. It's not the back.
Right. So you almost have to have a side door as well as a rear door on this style. If you had a side door on the larger one, basically you'd be kind of wasting that space because it would be blocked or whatever.
Okay. Remember I mentioned the cage? Well, Mike Slody, who built this trailer,
Yeah, and
and you, I had nothing to do with it. Ryan helped. But this is a false floor.
it's a
Here.
platform. Yeah.
It's a they put a platform, and then this is a 2x6.
Six.
And then you take the 2x6 out, and what's underneath this are all the poles for kitchen flies.
There's actually enough there for 2 flies.
Yeah,
There's 2 sets of poles.
there's,
underneath it.
yeah, 2 sets, and you can't see it, but over here, what they did was they took a big hockey bag, you know, your equipment bag, and that's what they put the flies in. It's a big hockey
Yeah, the
bag.
key about that too is that on this side here, we have the shorter poles, so they stop at the door opening. So this is the base actually of the trailer, and we stop the platform here, so it steps up on all the other areas. That gives us a little more room, accessibility, as well as being able to step into it.
And the kitchen flies themselves, the poles, what they did was they just took black and orange, and they spray painted the poles that went with the black tent and the poles that went with the orange. So that way you could separate. And I think we touched a little bit on the flies themselves, a touch of orange or black, so we knew which one went with each other.
We had separate bags
Yeah.
for the flies itself.
And then these poles here, they just went, they drilled holes and they went down into, down to the bottom. And what that did was it also made it more secure and then bolted to the wall.
Yeah, we bolted it to the side, but there's very little on these lightweight trailers to bolt to, so
Yeah.
kind of a problem, but, you know, you can.
But it
improvise.
works.
Yes,
Just to comment on the propane bottles, we put our propane bottles in milk crates,
yeah,
and they take just a little bit more room, but they're stable when the kids pull them out to hook up to the stove. So that's just an idea, since I saw them.
Yeah, that would work as well. And we did
never had a
that in
problem.
an old
We've
one.
actually got 5 of them in here. We've got one, I don't know if you noticed, how many people have burn barrels for their charcoal for their Dutch ovens? We actually got 3 of them that stack inside the other. Not only that, we've got another propane tank sitting on the inside of the burn barrels. So we make maximum use of a smaller trailer, but like I said, we get everything in here that we can get into a bigger trailer.
And I think we've gotten up to 5 patrol boxes.
Yeah, I mean, what we
That has
show
3
here is we
right
have 2 of them right now. You can get a third one on top. We have what we call the Old Goats Patrol Box, which is larger and has more stuff in it, but you can get another one on top of that too. Table-wise, here and here on both sides, we got enough room to put tables the full length of the trailer.
And putting the tables in that way actually helps secure the load
That's
too.
right, done with, go to the previous one. So here, we have tables, but they are not, you know, they won't fit off to the side into the, but they will fit at least off to the side and secure them against the stationary racks that are there. So,
Okay.
okay, so what do we got in there, right? I've highlighted our safety stuff, our first aid kits and our fire extinguisher. Beyond that, you got all your cooking gear, pots, pans, griddles, utensils, Dutch ovens, cleaning tubs and supplies. So as far as the basics, you know, all these pots, pans, griddles and everything, I'm not sure how many of you actually have patrol boxes or common containers. If you go back 1 or 2, actually, that's fine. Here we have first aid kits.
It's over here.
Yeah, first aid kits and other cleaning supplies, kitchen gear that are common that all the patrols use, or you can have them separated by patrols. So go to the next one. Actually,
First aid kit's
okay.
on the very left.
Yeah,
top.
first aid kit is always conveniently available, right? You want that to be handy.
I think the other thing that we always carried in the trailer is we had a football of everybody in the troop. You know, all their medical records, we kept them one spot.
So, yeah, your water jugs, tents and tarps, lanterns, trash containers, tables. So that's your basic stuff. Next slide. So, optional, we have kitchen flies. Not everybody uses them. They are sometimes a pain to put up and take down. But that's one thing. I also put in there burn barrels and charcoal, you know, for our Dutch ovens. A larger burner for common hot water usage. That's one of the first thing in the morning we do is fire that up and have hot water. So we have hot water for hand washing as well as coffee, hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Use a turkey fryer.
Yeah, and you modified the turkey fryer because nowadays they're only go on for
Oh, a timer?
a timer.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Leave it to an engineer.
Dry boxes, non-perishable food. So many times, right, you'll buy so much food and you'll have leftovers. Well, it could go home with some parents, that's fine. Or you can keep it in your dry box. We actually have 2 bins of dry boxes for
Like
things
oatmeal
peanut
and
butter,
stuff.
jellies, syrup, pancake mix, baking cakes. What else? Oatmeal, granola bars, all that stuff. We keep and bring that so we don't have to keep rebuying that every time you go on an outing.
Yeah, we do have Cracker Barrel, like all the
Yeah.
leftover
Right.
chip bags
Yeah.
or crackers or whatever.
What else do you put in your dry box? Tang.
Yeah, he drinks hot Tang every morning.
Kool-Aid, Tang, whatever.
And one of the things we did get rid of, at least my old troop, I haven't been camping with the new one, but we got rid of the coffee pots and we got French presses. So we would boil the water, throw the coffee in, and then would make a French press of coffee. And, you know, it took up one less burner, and that was the reason why.
It stays in the old goat box.
Yes, no, it's at my house.
So, you know, you can also have patrol boxes, ropes, if you're doing pioneering, if you're into that, axes and saws and shovels. So it's,
And,
We keep our lashing poles in our trailer too.
yeah,
Lashing poles? Yeah.
okay.
yeah. And the axes and saws, if you saw going back there,
Yeah, go, whoop,
the axes and saws actually are right
fit
under,
underneath.
they fit nicely underneath the shelf.
Yep.
So, I love this trailer. I didn't build it, but I love it. Am I going the right way?
Okay, yeah, whoop, whoop, go back to that next one, go next. Next,
Wait,
next.
That
There we
one?
are. Okay, so we talked about patrol boxes. I don't know how many of you actually use patrol boxes, but to me, it's, to me, it aligns with the patrol methodology in that each patrol is responsible for their own box. They have their own cleaning, all their own cooking gear, cleanup utensils. And we have a list, which is, we'll show you later on, that if there's anything missing, they can check that off and say, or circle and say, hey, we need a new spatula because we broke the old one. But this has, you know, self-contained. The patrols are responsible for maintaining it and keeping it clean. They can identify it. It's hard to see on here, but it had like a screaming eagle patrol, so they had their own symbol on it. And they paint them different colors. We got a purple one.
yeah, there was a purple Smurfs when we got to the
Yeah,
troop.
that's what it was.
But
purple Smurfs.
the other thing is, what you can do is, if you're looking at patrol boxes, you can go to Home Depot or you can go, and they'll have colors that they've made mistakes on. And that's actually what that was. we got the paint cheap because it was a miscolored product. So you can sometimes get one, tell them what it's for, and they'll give you a deal on it. Because when we moved here, we moved to a brand-new house, and my son had to do family life. So the family project actually was the patrol box to redo it and get it all set up. And, but we figured a way around doing the family project.
This also has a working area that is hinged and it has a cable that supports that, so you can actually put some pretty good loads onto that.
Okay.
Okay, so here's an inventory checklist.
Easy for you to read.
Yeah, just the highlighted part is what we need to buy, right? So you've got, your pots and pans, your cleaning equipment, any food that you may put in there that you don't put in the dry box. But basically, it's just a list for the boys and the grub master or the quartermaster to be able to maintain. So things that normally are not in there, quandary sleds, large poles, although I've seen some trailers, actually our trailer, the old one, big one, had a rack on top that we could put poles on. Firewood, snow shovels, coolers for the food.
And if they don't
Personal
fit
packs and
in, they
things.
fit in the back of a car or a pickup truck.
Right. Other considerations, I put in here type of jack. If you go back to the very first slide. Or this one, yeah. You notice we have the standard crank that just goes vertical. Well, it only goes up so far. Whether it's at my house or wherever, if you're going across a ditch or across a hump, it's going to start dragging. And eventually, this bends. You can see a little bit of a tilt to it. So I'm going to go to our committee and propose that we get one of them that has the flip up, the angle type, so it doesn't do that dragging. So that's one of the considerations to look at when you're, even that larger trailer has the same style.
I thought you meant a type of jack, so if you had a problem with a wheel.
That's the other thing I do anyway is every vehicle comes with its own jack. I automatically just carry a hydraulic jack with some blocks that I can use that and not have to try to dig in and get out the manufacturer's jack.
Yeah.
And normally trailers don't come with them anyway, right? So.
Okay, I go back. One of the things where's the equipment? What's missing? No. What's missing on this?
Oh, like a tire lock, wheel lock?
No. Dutch ovens.
Oh.
There's plenty of Dutch ovens.
Didn't I put that on the previous slide?
Was it on the previous one?
Dutch ovens.
Oh, okay, okay. That's necessary. Okay. But the nice thing about the burners for the troop are they're good size, and the Dutch oven can actually sit on the burners, and you can cook in the Dutch ovens on the burner. If you have a fire ban or something like that, it's an option. You can't have charcoal. You can use those, and.
You talking about the covers that go over them? Or not?
No, I'm just talking. If you look back,
So they have these covers
see right here. So
55-gallon drums, right, cut in half.
yeah,
So they're open and you can put your charcoal right in those.
right now we're in a fire ban, no open fires, so you couldn't use that right now. But you can use the Dutch ovens on the stoves.
So we have these covers that are made to use Dutch ovens on the stove, so that they're like, if fold out, I don't know, they're like some sort of mesh, you know, and it keeps the heat in, so you can actually get more even heating off of those.
Oh, cool.
So there's covers for them,
Yeah.
designed for burners, you know,
Oh, okay. Because
increase efficiency.
at NYLT, Randy knows this. Every time we do NYLT, I'd be, can we have a Dutch oven? And they're like, we're not allowed to use Dutch ovens. I'm like, no, I want to use them on the burner because they're a lot easier to clean than the metal pots. So anyway, how we doing there, Rich?
We're at the end.
That's where we were.
We're at the very end.
Cool.
That's the end. I guess the other thing is, you know, how do you get funding for your trailer?
That's cool, yeah. Yeah, where do I get some money?
Right. Besides GoFund, honestly, our original trailer that we had,
We sold it.
we had, I think at the time, we had 3 United and 1 Continental adult pilots that were as troop leaders. They bought it for us, so we were lucky. And after that, we would, you know, trade in and
Cool.
get a different trailer, so we had some capital.
It just
to
goes
work
on
off of,
top of
but,
that. Yeah.
I don't know what you suggest, how to fund them, but,
Yeah, well, we sold it to some guy in Evergreen or whatever.
right.
But,
The other
and we
thing
took
is-
we took our name, if you're selling your trailer and you have your troop number on there, what you really need to do is, we didn't take everything off. Guy said, oh, we don't care. But what we did was we took off the number and we took off parts of the letter so it didn't read troop. So it wasn't a Boy Scout, Scouting America now. But back then it was still Boy Scouts.
Speaking of funding, it's kind of the same type of thing, but every once in a while, you'll see on the news where some troops has their trailer stolen,
Right.
right? And when it gets on the news, it seems somehow people just become charitable and fully fund a new trailer for the troops, so I
So
don't.
what you're saying is if I don't have a trailer yet, I just need to tell everybody that mine's been stolen.
Yeah, get
A scout is
911 somebody-
trustworthy.
Get the news
But-
station to advertise it.
But, you know, the other thing is,
Yeah, it works.
chain locks, when we had it at, we had it over at the church for a while, and we didn't feel comfortable with it being at the church. And he's got property, so we put it on his property, but we put chain locks on it. So, but they can still be cut, but at least it was a deterrent.
Honestly, one time, we were on a camp out, and we had the chain lock on the tire around the axle, and I pulled away with it, and it just snapped the chain. So,
Well, so much for that idea. It was a deterrent for a minute.
yeah, it made a noise. But we do have, in one of the pictures there, we have, what do they call those type of wheel locks?
Yeah. I forget.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, and that's it. Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking, yeah, the boot style.
but, thank you, Rich. Appreciate it. I hope you found that interesting. Some of you have been doing this a long time,
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 25 years, so
longer than that.
30, 35, 32 years, yeah.
What?
I've been doing it longer than that.
Really? Wow.
Well, I'm trying to think. His son got Eagle in what year?
2002?
2002, and the other one just missed
I've been
it.
with the troops since
92.
92.
So,
That was 34 years ago.
yeah. So anyway, so thank you. Appreciate all you've done. Any questions? Okay.
You want to ask people if they have ideas for other sessions? Well, we have extra.
Oh, yeah, we do have extra time. So we're always interested in and your ideas. As district chair, I'm giving up the role of running this part of it. But we want to hear from you guys what you want to talk about. So email me, email Bill, email John Dawson if you have his number, the Lux's. And also, if anybody's interested in helping us, we're looking forward to that. We are going to put an org chart together on our district. Bill Kohler's working on that right now, and we'll put it up one of these days so you see how high up on the chain Randy is.
One of the things we kind of briefly touched on here with the troop trailers is kitchen flies. How many troops in here don't have kitchen flies?
Well, we use
Garages.
10 by 10 pop-ups.
Okay, you still have
They
something.
stand up in our trailer, and we can sort of strap them in.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are good, and they're quick.
pop-ups, yeah.
Yeah.
We have a pop-up, but we don't, it's not in great shape, so.
These pop-ups,
Places like Moab or something, and they get blown over.
That's right.
yeah. These pop-ups you have, do they have solid sides or netted sides, or are they just plain open?
They're more like what you'd see at a farmer's market, but they do have sides available. We hardly ever use those except when it's really cold.
The reason we started getting these flies is our troop used to go up on Pikes Peak every year and do a Quincy camp out. And that's brutal, right? I mean, that's cold, and, you know, when you're at 11,000 feet and you're trying to cook a meal and you don't have one, it just made it miserable